Joe Biden, well, he's going to help the Wammens fix all the problems he could have helped fix over the last 50 years. Think about that for a minute, would you? I think it was like 1971, 1972 when Biden first got into office. And the problems that were facing women in 1972 are the exact same problems that they face today. Well, if you listen to the lefties, you certainly would believe such nonsense now, wouldn't you? So Joe Biden came out with his women's agenda. I think I'll not hold my breath waiting for the men's agenda from Joe Biden. No, not gonna happen, huh? Joe Biden is going to build our country back. And this is from a PDF from his campaign. He's going to build our country back better after this economic crisis, and that includes ensuring we get closer to full inclusion of and equality for women. Women, particularly women of color, have never had a fair shot to get ahead in this country. Please contemplate that for a moment. May I read it back to you? Women, particularly women of color, have never had a fair shot to get ahead in this country. I'm not making this up, guys. This is in Biden's PDF. Today, too many women are struggling to make ends meet. Are there some men that might be having the same? No. It is an article of faith in this theology that men in general and white men in particular are all privileged. You have to believe that in order to buy into Biden's bullshit. You have to. In order to be a feminist, you've got to believe in this theology that men are just privileged. On the other hand, it could be they just don't give a shit about men, except for their vote. I know. Too many women are struggling to make ends meet and support their families, and are worried about the economic future for their children. Only the women are worried about that, though. See, men don't give a shit about their children. Oh my God. This was true before the beer crisis, but the current global health crisis has exacerbated these realities for women. I don't think the virus really discriminates based on gender, Joe. Do you think men? No. For Biden, it's a simple proposition. His daughter is entitled to the same rights and opportunities as his sons. Well, that's a good thing then, Joe, because women are. They have it already. He believes every issue is a women's issue. Healthcare, the economy, education, national security. But women are also uniquely and disproportionately impacted by many policies. As president, capital P president, I don't think it's capitalized unless you're referring to the president. But hey, what do I know? It's just some intern from a left-wing college that wrote this for Biden. He certainly did not. Biden will pursue an aggressive and comprehensive plan to further women's economic and physical security and ensure that women can fully exercise their civil rights. Well, that's great. What have you done for me lately, Joe? 50 years ago, you got into Congress. What have you? Oh, Violence Against Women Act. Okay, Lilly Ledbetter. Except for that, what? Anything? Nothing? So here's what Biden is going to do. Improve economic security. Biden will start by fighting for equal pay. Oh my God in heaven. By this point, this nonsense about any kind of wage gap, which is illegal since 1963, this is a brain disease. This is a mental illness. I cannot believe politicians are acting as if this is true. It's not. Oh my God. Again, another article of faith that you must believe in to be a lefty. So he's going to fight for equal pay. Joe, tell me, what have you done in 50 years toward that? If you believe it exists, what have you done? Nothing? Oh, so now is the time to do it, right? So over the last 50 years, you've just let women suffer from this horrible pay gap. You didn't do shit. But now in 2020, finally, it's time to do that. Oh my God. Investing in women-owned small businesses Expanding access to education and training. Okay, excuse me, Joe. Joe, are you listening? Women outnumber men in the higher education system. Men and boys are falling behind in the education arena, both primary, secondary, and college. And yet, we need to expand access to women who are already ahead in the education department, and strengthening pay and benefits in careers disproportionately filled by women, meaning equal outcome. Yet it's right there in black and white, guys. No matter what shitty major a woman chooses to go into, we've got to pay them more because reasons. But excuse me, Joe, I thought you were about equality. Now, according to your calculus, everything should be 51-49. Right? All careers should be filled half by women. So why are there careers that are disproportionately filled by women? That would be an inequality. Not going to do anything about that, Joe? Huh? Expand access to health care and tackle health inequities. Biden will expand access to high-quality, affordable health care for all women. Help women navigate work and families. Biden will expand access to affordable child care and care for older Americans and people with disabilities, and provide paid leave and other important workplace benefits and protections. Well, isn't that nice? Oh, it's only going to cost $775 billion? Bah, small price to pay. Come on, why do you hate women, hamster? Why? And we're going to also end violence against women. Biden will work to end violence against women, continuing his leadership on this issue since he authored the Violence Against Women Act in 1994. Violence against men, anyone? No, we don't really give a shit. Is that what we're supposed to take out of this, Uncle Joe? And we're going to protect and empower women around the world. Why don't we worry about American women, Joe? Okay, let's worry about women here. I mean, it sounds like we have a whole shitload of problems with our women in the United States. They're so oppressed. Why don't we fix our own stuff first, huh? No. I'm sure this refers to the Mexico City rule about the big A word, right? Of course. Biden will start on day one, by the way. Number one, the first day. Is this the day he resigns so Kamala Harris can become president? Or maybe this is the day after that. I don't know. On day one of his administration, he's going to lead by example, making sure his political appointees, including his cabinet, and our entire federal workforce look like the country they serve. Like I said, Joe, if you want to play the numbers game, tell me about elementary school teachers. Are we going to reflect the country's composition? No. Just in your perceived positions of power? Okay, well, you cannot have any more than, say, 6% black females in your cabinet. If you exceed that, you're breaking your own rules, Joe. Right? No. This is not reflecting the country. This would be reflecting anybody but a white man. You get it? As president, Biden will nominate and appoint people who look like the country they serve. So 78% of your cabinet will be white. No, that's not what you mean, Biden. He will reissue and mandate strict compliance with the Obama-Biden executive order to promote diversity and inclusion in the federal workforce, except for white men. Right. We know where this is going, Joe. You can't really hide it in a bunch of fancy words there. We get it. We got it. Diversity and inclusion means everything except including white men, who are 38% of the population of the... No. And blah, 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 blah. You got to read through it. It's like page after page after page of pandering to anyone who isn't a white, straight man. Because after all, the article of faith, we are all privileged. And thus, since we've been oppressing women and minorities for so long, it's in our DNA. It's time for a payback, you evil whitey. And Joe Biden is going to give you that payback. Well, Kamala Harris will, after Biden resigns, because that's the way it's going to go. James Maxwell, thank you for listening.